Welcome back, brother. Another PowerPoint for the boys. Today we're going to cover the dark psychology of winning in business. What does this mean? Essentially, everything I'm about to teach you is currently being used on you, subconsciously, behind the scenes, to make you buy things, follow people. It's everything that runs the human psyche. It is the psychology behind the human mind. The human mind is a simple code. It has been vastly unchanged for the last 200,000 years. If you understand the code, capitalism becomes easy. Making money becomes easy. I've used this code to build my business, from being in a 9-to-5 to build a brand and a business that's done $4 million cash collected in the last 4 years. Not the biggest numbers in the world, but have bought me a life of freedom. You probably want the same. You're probably in a space right now where you're either having struggle selling, having a struggle getting people to watch your videos or build a brand. And that's because you probably don't understand what's going on behind the curtain. And that's what I want to run you through today. So let's begin. The code, just a little word of warning. It's like straight line selling with Jordan Belfort, where he teaches you how to sell very, very well. It can be used for good or it can be used for bad. The code is the code. The way the human mind works is the way it works. This isn't necessarily dark psychology unless you make it dark psychology through what you use it for. It is very powerful, which means it can be used for great good or great evil. The choice is yours, but one caveat: I would highly recommend using it for good, because I believe in the law of karmic retribution. Easy money, fast money, scam money, everything that you get easily or that doesn't do someone else any good, you pay back at some point in your life. Okay, the thesis. This should give you a understanding of how I came to make this video and my understanding of these laws and rules. Now, yesterday, I went through pretty much an entire day of questioning and researching the fabric of the universe. I know, slightly strange, but very enjoyable experience and absolutely mind-boggling. Time travel, quantum mechanics, evolutionary theory, the Big Bang, time travel, that's in there twice. Supernovas, black holes, that should say black. Stop saying the word black. Sorry, I can't help myself. they all point, all these things. Sorry, focus, Jack. They all point towards one thing. Humanity is a miracle. And there's also something glaringly obvious. If you spend any amount of time questioning our existence, how we came to be and what was before the Big Bang, you will understand that the universe is unbelievably complicated. And there is so much we don't know. And this made me think, well, these are the real questions. These are the real questions of the universe. This is the big stuff. Compared to this, capitalism is child's play. Winning in the human game of our made-up little adventure world floating on a rock in an infinite galaxy, it should be pretty simple. And it is, because the code that runs human minds and makes us do things is unchanged for the last 200,000 years, and we've got so much data on what actually works. So that's what I'm going to teach you. The code is the answer to success in business, success really in anything that involves people, which is everything. The same code that made your ancestors flee from a lion is the same code that makes somebody buy your product. And the men at the top of every industry already know this. The men at the top of every big brand or big business, they already know this, but they just won't tell you. Today, I'm going to teach you that code. This is better than being at university, I guarantee. I ain't teaching this shit at university. I'm your professor for today. You've been living inside of someone else's psychological architecture your entire life. The only question now is whether you build your own or stay inside theirs. And that's absolutely the possibility for anyone watching this today. You can build your own world. Once you understand capitalism, you understand what makes people buy, you can craft your reality to whatever you'd like. Now, the primal architecture. The primal architecture. Let's get into the good stuff. Every human purchase, this is what we want at the end of the day. If you don't get sales, you don't have a business. That's just what it comes down to. Business is cash in, okay? That's what changes your life, cash in. There's a lot more to life than that. I understand that, okay? And so do you. You are not an imbecile, but this video is about making money. Every human purchase traces back to 7 evolutionary drives. These are the 7: evading harm, avoiding disease, making friends, attaining status, acquiring a mate, keeping a mate. A mate is a partner, a girlfriend, a wife, for anyone that doesn't know, and caring for your family. These drives haven't changed for 200,000 years. Your job is to identify which drive your product activates, then speak directly to it. None of the internal wiring of humans has really changed. The outside world has changed. So the way that these things are now done is very different and more consumer-based than it used to be. But the drive is still the same. Now, the real reason people buy anything is they buy how a product makes them feel about themselves. I believe somebody watching this video could start the largest, most profitable hammer business in the world. Physical hammers for hammering nails or whatever else you do with a hammer. Ideally not hitting someone on the head with it. You could market a hammer so exceptionally that every man must have one. That is possible, but you wouldn't sell it. You wouldn't sell it by selling a great hammer that gets the job done. Although that is also an important part of product, an important part of whatever business you run, actually getting the result, very important. But you identify the real reason why a man buys a tool, and it's to feel like a man. If your marketing does that, then the hammers will sell. The tool does its job well, but you sell the emotion. The man who gets the job done, who's admired by his woman or his friends. That is the real reason people buy. They don't buy because the hammer doesn't rust. They buy emotionally. Logic justifies our decisions. Emotion buys. Emotion is in the driving seat. If you can't touch someone emotionally and you just speak to them logically about why they should buy, the purchase becomes very difficult. And that's because the brain processes emotional stimuli 3,000 times faster than rational thought. The broke marketer explains logic and reason to buy and uses his feature. You get this many modules, you get this many calls a week, you get this template, all very nice, all very important, but not as important as building emotion and tying it to the evolutionary drive that they have to survive. The best hammer in the world, marketed with its features, made with platinum, incredibly durable, rust-free, or Thor's hammer, made for the capable man, to be wielded with strength and honor. The men that use our hammer get the job done and are admired for it. This is superior marketing to this. This applies to anything you want to sell. Gucci sells hoodies. Primark also sells hoodies. They're relatively the same product. Slight bit of quality aside, why do people spend the money on Gucci or any luxury brand? Why would any sane person do that? And that's because Gucci use luxury marketing in the way they show you their pictures, their typography. They make you feel a certain way with the people that wear their products and clothes. The price signifies status in the material world. It is a status signal. This can be done to anything, not just clothes. This is how you must think about online business. How can I bring an emotion to what I teach people? How can I bring an emotion to my coaching? Who do people want to become when they join me? Not what different modules do I give them. It has to be exciting. It has to ignite the brain. And when it does, people don't know why they buyed because the subconscious made the decision. The subconscious goes, there's something about this that's going to fucking solve my life and I feel a certain way about it. And then afterwards, they logically go to themselves, I bought this because it has superior course modules and 3 calls a week, and that's very good value. That wasn't why they bought. They bought subconsciously. Now, let's run through the code so you can start to use it in your life, your business, your marketing, your products, whatever you decide to use it for. Just a little side note, because I thought this picture was nice. Until death, all defeat is psychological. This is absolutely true. No matter where you are in your life right now, business, if things aren't going great, defeat is only true when you accept defeat or you die. Everything else is psychological. It's merely torment of the mind, and you can overcome it. You just get back on the horse. Has nothing to do with this video particularly, but must be said. Now, let's get into the code and how you can use it. So number 1, one of the most powerful marketing devices is status signaling. Humans are hardwired to track and display hierarchy. A lot of groups of people would say they don't care about status. They don't care about capitalism. They don't care about looking cool or being the best. And it's all bullshit. Absolute bullshit. It's hardwired into humans. Some people just are part of different groups that have made up their own rules for hierarchy. For examples, hippies, traditionally against capitalism, feminists, vegans, leftist communities. There is still hierarchy. As much as they would love to claim they're not controlled by capitalism, they create their own hierarchies. Who's the best fucking hippie? Who's the most hippiest fucking hippie? Who's the best, most feminist. It works for everybody. You just have to know what your market, what their hierarchy is. If I was creating a vegan product, which I would never ever do, or something for the left, which I would never do either, but if I was, I would understand what's the hierarchy of my particular little group of people. And these are normally based off dominance and prestige. So dominance is a fear-based status signal, your dominance over people. And some products are marketed with dominance fairly well, making you feel more powerful or dangerous. And prestige, I think, is actually what we should focus on. And this is admiration-based. People want to be admired. If you understand that, if your product makes someone feel admired, like a Ducati Panigale. Why did I buy a Ducati Panigale that I've got downstairs? For the thrill, yes, but why did I buy it for the thrill? Why did I buy it? Because it's fast. Is it because of the engine? No, it's because feeling fast makes me feel alive. Feeling alive makes me feel like a man. It's adventure. And it's also status. People admire you when you turn up on the Ducati, admire the fact that you can tame such a noble steed. You get what I mean, right? Prestige is more powerful and more durable than fear-based dominance. So ideally in your brand and in your business, you want to build prestige. To the market that you know, you want to present to them the life they want to live. That is influencer marketing on a whole. That's luxury marketing on a whole. I show you a person, a life, a desire, the way you want to live, and you align with it. And you go, yeah, fuck yeah. I like bikes too, and I like the way Jack lives, and that he's free, and that he makes videos all the time. I admire that. That's where powerful marketing comes from. A lot of people get that wrong because they go, I'm going to give the best value. This is very, very powerful point also when mixed with status. You'll see throughout my channel, it's not just me sitting here telling you, because at the end of the day, I could be anybody just sitting in a room rattling shit off. What matters is that I've done it, that I've created a life that you admire, which is why you listen. Those two go together. The value, like we're doing right now, and the status, signaling to people, showing them who you are through the pictures that you post, the life that you live. It's why some of my videos are super cinematic, shot nicely, or me adventuring or traveling the world or having a fight. All of these things are part of the vision to show you this is what you could become. And when you align with it, you'd listen to the education. And a lot of you want to get closer to me. So you join us you want to learn how to build a brand. So you join us in Icon Blueprint or my network, New Elite. So that's kind of how things work. Now, number 2. Very important to every product, even if it's an item of clothing, especially if it's an item of clothing. You don't compete with another person's clothing based on quality of material, although it's important. You compete on tribal belonging. Humans have survived in groups of 150 people, and the idea of not being in a group of 150 people is hardwired into us that it would mean death. If we were out there on our own in the wilderness, we didn't have a tribe, we would never find a mate, that we would be left out to die. It's very, very scary, and it still exists in the human mind. Everyone wants to be a part of something. And the brand that wins sells becoming part of the tribe and community. Your brand, your product, clothing, coaching should sell becoming part of your tribe. And they want to join the tribe because of prestige, what we previously talked about. My tribe does this. We live this way. People go, wow, I want to live that way. And I want to be part of a tribe and around people like that. Now, this works for absolutely everything. There should be an element of tribe, an element of belonging to every product. Your brand, let's say you're selling clothing, your brand should speak to a person's deepest desires and who they want to become. And it should have a formula, a rule book for living. It's like, I'm wearing this because it represents something. That's powerful brand. For an example, I wear Stone Island. I really like the brand Stone Island. Why? Because it was always this rogue British brand. It was this rogue football hooligan, gangster brand. It's like, for me, it kind of means a bit of the adventure as well. That's why I wear Stone Island. That's why I will never wear Balenciaga. You'd never see me wear Balenciaga because of what the brand means. I think we all know what it means, what it signifies. Be careful of people that wear Balenciaga. Number 3, loss aversion. The pain of losing something is felt 2 times more powerfully than the pleasure of gaining it. Most marketers sell gain, the elite sell loss. Here's what you get compared to here's what it costs you to stay the same. Dramatize the cost of inaction. Every major sales trainer, every great salesman I know, they're very deeply rooted their training in this, in making someone feel that they are going to miss out. That's what you want to do with your product, that if they stay the same, bad things will happen and they need to change. This is more powerful than saying you'll become this. It's the same like we did in the last video where we talked about the anti-vision. It works for sales as well. You will run away faster from something you're scared of than you will run towards something you want. This is very, very true. How fast do you run into your lover's arms when you get back from a long business trip compared to how fast would you run away from a lion or a machete-wielding maniac on the streets of London? Think about it. The narrative brain. This is one of my favorite points. This is what I'm obsessed with, is storytelling. I find it absolutely fascinating that as human beings, we pump hundreds of millions of dollars into 90-minute fantasy films that people go and watch, and there's a business in that. And the reason why is because humans, not only do they understand stories, but we are absolutely, I don't know why I'm saying humans as if I'm not a human. I am, in fact, a human. I know I'm addicted to stories, and we all are. And learning to tell stories and associate your brand with a story, particularly the hero's journey, is the ultimate marketing skill. Story is neurological programming. It makes the consumer feel like they are your friend, and humans buy from their friend. I also believe we all have a story to tell. Everyone thinks their life's pretty uninteresting, even the most interesting people in the world. Your story is interesting. You do have a story to tell. You have a very unique set of experiences that could have only possibly happened to you to give you a unique perspective. That everything that you write in marketing and for your business should begin with story about who your client is becoming. Your client is the hero in the story. It's not you. You're not the hero in the story. It's not a story about you. It's who they become. And you become kind of their guide, an Obi-Wan Kenobi to their Luke Skywalker, one might say. Identity projection. As you can see here, this is a fake AI picture, but it's Brad Pitt in Fight Club, marketed with Gucci. This will probably make you feel a certain way, because this character represents something very masculine and kind of on the edge. This entire look does. This would be incredible marketing for Gucci, for their brand, their clothing, because you know this character. You feel him. You want to be him. You want to be the person that can just say, fuck it, do whatever you want. And you tie it to a product, and suddenly wearing that piece of clothing represents becoming that person. That is identity projection. Build brand messaging around changing someone's identity. Apple sells becoming a creative. That's what Apple sells. A lot of their earlier marketing stuff was for the creative. Like if you bought a Mac, if you bought an iPad, it's because you were going to become this more creative genius. Nike sells becoming an athlete or unlocking the athlete inside of you. It's not about the shoe. It's about you're an athlete inside, buddy. Just do it. Just do it. Just put on your runners and run. It's far more powerful to paint the picture of what a customer becomes with your product than what the product does. Coaching. You'll get 3 calls with me a week. We'll sit down together and we'll pontificate and make a fantastic program. Or you become a man. I teach you how to become a man who cannot be ignored. You can see the difference. Most people are so hopelessly stuck in this area. I really hope this helps you not be stuck in that area anymore. The uncertainty collapse. Uncertainty is the price for being free. This is absolutely true. Most of you watching this will be entrepreneurs, creatives, people that want to blaze your own trail. And for you to understand this is very important. Uncertainty is something that everybody feels. The bravest and most successful of us know that we must act even when we are uncertain. The average consumer needs uncertainty taken away from them to make a decision. You have to become their rock. You become the thing that they believe in with your results, your case studies, your proof that the thing you do works. Not knowing is neurologically painful. 83% of consumers require emotional validation before significant purchases. People are very, very bad at deciding things for themselves, heavily turmoiled by the unknown. You take that away by being certain, by being a rock to these people. That's what makes them buy. You become certainty in an uncertain world, but also understand that this is also being used on you. Okay? You know, uncertainty is the price for being free. Not many people know that. You have to take risk. You have to push the boat out. You're not going to know everything. The more you know, the safer something is, the less reward you're going to get. Deep reciprocity, the law of reciprocity. What you send out Energy, thoughts, actions, returns amplified in all areas of your life, giving away your best stuff for free. This is incredibly important. The more value you give someone, it is hardwired into humans to repay favors. So you give away your stuff for free, not because you want something in return, because you want to give it away for free. And when you give it away for free, people pay for access. They pay to get closer. They feel like they owe you. This is how you build raving fans of a business. You over-deliver. A couple of other laws. These are aside the point from deep reciprocity, but also very important that I thought were worth mentioning. Law of authority. Spirits only respect those who know who they are. If you're confused, they dominate. How do you find out who you are? I believe you find out who you are through discipline. You find out who you are by choosing the hard track for going after what you want, by saying no to weakness on a daily basis. Law of spiritual debt. Every lie, scam, or shortcut leaves a karmic invoice. Until it's paid by pain or repentance, it blocks flow. Exactly what I said at the start of this video. If you use this for bad, if you use it to rip people off, some point down the line, you will get fucked. Okay? So just start being good. Like if you enjoy the process, if you enjoy life now, because everything bad comes from this sense of greed and not being enough. That's like where everything bad comes from. So you've got this sense of greed. You don't feel like you're enough. You don't feel like anyone respects you. So you've got to do this bad thing now, and then you'll get all those fake things. But it's just not how it works. If you become happy with the daily actions, and you become happy now, and you become a good person, you get everything you want. The only reason you're trying to get the shortcut is because you think there'll be no punishment. There's always punishment. It might not be now. It could be in fucking 20 years. You rip a load of people off in business, you become fantastically wealthy, and you want to start your own family and have children, and suddenly you're fucking infertile. Like, world works in crazy ways. So just remember that. Law of access. Sharing sacred things with unworthy people gives dark forces access to you. Guard your spiritual intimacy. This is in reference to women. Do not sleep with dirty, horrible women when you've drunk alcohol. And I probably sounded like a bit of a fucking hypocrite saying that, because I've done it loads of times. But just as I've gotten older, it's something that I've started not doing. I'm sober right now. I've not been getting blind drunk and sleeping with women I don't want to sleep with normally in a sober mind. I'm not saying you can't have some fun and sleep around, but be careful who you share your energy with. Law of sacred exchange. Don't ask for something from the spirit world without giving something. Law of hidden eyes. Even when no one is watching, you are seen. All thoughts, deeds echo in the spiritual. The creator who gives away his best thinking for free doesn't lose revenue. He builds an army of people who think they owe him something. Your free content is not charity. It's the most calculated long game in business. Look at Alex Hormozi, $100 million selling books. Why? Because he gave away for free over and over and over and over and over again. Great value. So everyone just felt like, yeah, I'm just buying Alex's book because it's the right thing to do. He's given me so much. Of course I'll buy his book. That's how you want people to feel about your business. So the meta principle. What I will leave you with now before you go and instantly go into action and start working on the little ideas that have come into your head during this video and the things that I've taught you, go and put them into action now. Go and do something now, because nothing happens just watching videos or twiddling your thumbs. People are not buying products. They are trying to survive, belong, rise, and be seen. The same as you, the same as me. We are running ancient software in a modern world. The man who understands this doesn't manipulate people. He serves them at a deeper level than they can articulate themselves. He gives them what they actually need, wrapped in what they think they want. And on that note, I'll bid you good night. Whoop-ow! 30 minutes of fucking pure value. Enjoy. You guys are legends. Go and fucking smash the day. You're absolute fucking savages. I believe in every single one of you. Fuck yeah. Let's go, boys.